turned into much longer than 40 minutes, that's for sure. I got to Walmart and I was like, whoa, I'm out of gas. And I get anxiety if I'm like real low on gas. So I'm like, I'm going to get gas. That was 20 minutes. And then I get into Walmart and everything went okay. I was looking for this one thing for Destiny that they didn't have the ones that I wanted. Let's just leave it at that. They had something else that was cool. It was cute, but it wasn't really what I wanted. So I spent some time looking for that. And, sort of, it wasn't a waste because I know what they have now. Which, one of the things, I'm considering. Wow, look at that. It's all frozen. And then, so buying everything that, I ended up spending more than I should. But whatever, whatever. It is what it is. And, so anyway, I got enough stuff in the cart. I don't feel like I need to do self-checkout. I want them to pay for it. So this one woman, she's like totally open, this cashier, and so I start putting this stuff on there. She says, I'm gonna come around there and price the chicken. Don't put it up on the belt, which is fine. I'm like, yeah, I get ya. So I'm watching her as she's doing it. She's just taking everything and putting it off, and not bagging it. Like, what's that? So I didn't say a word. She didn't say, what do you want? You want paper? She didn't say anything like that. She just put it off to the side. Thought that was unusual. What are those Smokies? Oh, they're lower. That's weird. So anyway, to make a long story short, she finally asked me after she does the chicken. She goes, "What do you want to do? What do you want to do for bags?" And I said, "Paper for the small stuff." Then she starts putting some stuff in the paper, where I am too at that point, because I want to get out of there. So, pain. I'm just annoyed. And I got to get some cash. So I do that prompt. It says right on it $100. It's coming out, the drawer flies open. She knows she has to give me $100. So she looks at the receipt then, although it already said $100. She's looking at the receipt for about 10 seconds. Listen to me, 10 seconds. You're annoying me. Those 10 seconds of my life. And so she goes in the drawer, starts counting out. Took her forever. Then she has the money counted over by her. I watched her count it. She had the correct amount. Then she's fishing around in her pockets. And then she starts fishing around in her pocket again and she pulls out a Sharpie and has to circle the amount. Like, oh, thank you, I appreciate that. So what do you think? I'm gonna say, she didn't give me my cash. Walmart is full of cameras. What am I gonna, what are you, paranoid? So she circles that. That whole looking for the pad and circling that took about 40 seconds. She is not moving at light speed, I'll tell you that. And then she's got to count it out to me. I'm already in a hurry. I'm not really in a hurry. I got stuff I need to do today. I gotta work with Merlin. I want to clean. got to clean up because it's easier, like if you're doing of anything, to sort of have like a clean environment. It's easier to like think of stuff. Like I was also had to take some file footage for something I'm doing with Remy. When I'm taking it, I'm like trying to translate it into, you know, and Remy's going to be here, and you know, I'm like, I don't know, you know. So the more organized you are when you're producing art, the better you're gonna, you know, the easier it is. It's gonna be less complicated. So I shot several different angles to, like, you know, I'm like, I'll just use this. You know, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I'm in this process right now. I'm just working out details, and that's it, you know. So I don't know. I should be more tolerant of slow-moving cashiers, but I'm not. I've never been. I've been like, why are you in this job? You know, what shouldn't you be doing something where like you're not holding people's, you know, hostage? That's how I feel. I feel like I'm being held hostage. Like, could you fucking speed it up, lady? I want to, you know. My dad was the worst. He would literally just walk out of stores. Like if he went shopping, we went shopping, and then we get up to the cash register, and there was a huge line. You'd probably wait for like 30, 40 seconds. If the line wasn't moving, he'd say, just put it down, let's get out of here. That's where I learned it. I learned it from my dad. I'm not patient, and I hate it. I hate lines. I did. I learned that from my father. You know, we all learn good stuff and bad stuff from our parents. It seems like a relatively harmless thing, or else I would like really concentrate on changing that about my life. But there's other things. I need work in other areas. That's not really like something that I feel like I need to like. Well, I got to be more patient in stores or something. You know, I got bigger fish to fry than that, so I'm not gonna like make a big deal about my own behavior like that. I just fuck it. I'm still better at it than my dad was. You know, my dad was horrible at it. I was just like, fuck it, let's get out of here. I don't know how many times that transpired, and that I'd be with him or my brothers. You know, we all experienced it. Just put it down, let's go. You know, like that. It'd be rare that my dad wanted to like stand there and wait in a line. There's no way. So I'll wait in a bit of a line. You know, nowadays you pull out your phone and start looking at stuff. So, God, I hope where's my phone? I just had it, it's fine. I hope. I just took that stock footage I need. Well, if I lost it, I lost it, right? There's not much I can do, but I would like to know where it is. Oh, it's here. Yeah, I'm live streaming. Yeah, I'm live streaming. I'll tell you something as a camera. I like this. I like this a lot. You know, it's like, I wish I had two, though. I wish I had one camera for live stream, this, and then I had the 13. It's just a camera. The worst is like, I'll be live streaming and I'll leave this up, right? This is true. I'll leave it up. I get back in the car and I'll forget that I'm live streaming, and I'll just be talking to myself. Like, you know, oh, I gotta do that when I get home. So it's not really like I know I'm interacting with you, but I'm not really interacting with you. I'm just sort of like inviting you into my world. So if I leave the stream, I forget I'm even streaming. I did that once, and I was like talking to myself about like working on my motorcycle. I was just like, man, you know, blah, 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 blah. And then somebody was answering it like I was talking to them, but I was really like just mulling it over in my head. Like, what do I need to do to the bike? And then I'm like, Oh, look, the live stream's on. That would be an ideal situation if I had the 13 for film. I just used this for live stream. That's it. So now this one's like, it's all filled up. I gotta take some stuff off. It's weird, like stuff fills up on your phone even though that it's like going to YouTube. So you have to empty all that stuff out. Filming and having the perfect world, I would have two phones. It's an imperfect world, so I don't have two phones. I have an 8, but I'm certainly not going to use that. I had upgraded, but what? Give fucking AT&T more money? No freaking way, man. No way. No way. Look at those cows. I love those things. I love these brown ones. I think they're called like something Highland or something. They're real furry. They got like long fur. They got like big old horns on them. Those older breeds, the older, more ancient breeds seem to be the more docile. I think a Hereford is pretty old, and I think they're pretty docile too. I'm looking into like a cow as a pet. If you're gonna have a cow, you can just get a goat. Have a goat as a pet. Goat's easier to bring inside for sure. You know, like a little pygmy goat. Less food, less on the vet bill. You could drive the goat to the vet, where a cow you have to have the vet come out. I do most everything though. I mean, I can work as a vet tech. I can give injections and shit. I can get. I use Pen G, and you know, I've done that before. I've given Pen G to an iguana. You know, I'm not squeamish about that kind of crap. Give fluids to a cat. Give fluids to a dog. I can do stuff like that. Do sub-Q stuff, intermuscular. I just need to know what it is. But a goat would be less expensive, because if there was a severe problem, I know what it was. But a lot of that stuff I'm going to know what it is. Like, you know, too much dry grass and not enough water and colic. You know, you gotta make sure that they have enough water and everything. Just give the goat a real good diet and don't let it eat wood or whatever. Goat will eat anything. You know, in the cartoons they have them eating tin cans. They're not supposed to eat that kind of crap. So probably eat a lot, but you probably want to have a real consistent diet, or else you're gonna get the goat diarrhea. You don't want that. I also was thinking, see, I'm looking because I'm gonna shoot something, right? I'm gonna use this graveyard as a backdrop. I'm not gonna shoot this today, but I'm looking at it and it'll be bitching. I could shoot it right now though. It's right here, man. Like the foreground, see, that's fucking awesome, man. This is gonna look great. I'm not even in the graveyard, I'm in the road, so I don't feel guilty. I won't shoot anything in a graveyard. It seems disrespectful. It's not my view of death, it's other people's death and view of death, and I don't want to rain on anybody's parade. I just feel like it's like people find that like sort of some people find it disrespectful, like you shouldn't be doing that. Like, it's not, you know, that's where people go to like visit with the people that passed. I just don't think that it's right, so I'm not gonna do it. But I have no problem doing it outside. You know, it's at a distance. I just going in there and shooting, that's wrong. That just seems wrong to me and unnecessary. You know, if you offend one person doing that, bad. You know, there's just no reason for it. I'm not saying that like in art school, it's like everybody in art school goes to the cemetery to take pictures. We did that. And you know, it's like, ooh, isn't that dark and fucking gloomy or whatever? It's really cliche shit. And if you're gonna do that, make sure it's real cliche. That's the way I look at it. Like, if you're gonna make it dark and gloomy, make it real dark and gloomy and funny. Don't make it, oh, you're so full of angst. You're so dark. You know, like that. That fucking, don't get me started. I couldn't. I had an offer once to give my CV to a school that will go nameless, but I don't even have a. I didn't graduate. I told them that, and they said it doesn't matter at this level. You don't have to teach college or a university. You do not have to have a degree. That's a myth. You don't. If you can do it, you might get hired. And I said that, and they said, well, give us your CV. It was for like a movement class of like kinetic art. I thought about it. I didn't really want to do it for a bunch of reasons. But when I think about teaching kids, I could do it. I can do it. I can look at people's art and always find something positive about it. And that's what you need. You need to look at something with a critical eye. I can do it. I know I can. I can see the positive and the negative. But you know, it would have just been. I have this thing from when I was a kid. I didn't like school. College was different, but I still, man, that's like this weird. School is just, I don't know. My life would be different, I'll tell you that, if I would have done that. But there's no guarantee I was going to get the job, one. And two, you know, I'm not going to say any, I don't know, it sounds bad, but, you know, a lot of artists that teach, I don't know, their work looks like they teach. Not all of them, but I mean, that's sort of like a common thing. Those who can't teach or something. I ain't dog training, I'll tell you that. But, I don't know, I'm back. Just took longer than I wanted it to take. It's a real fucking bummer. Real bummer. Gotta yank this food in too. Appreciate the $1.99. Is experience more important than a degree? That's a good question. Well, it would depend, wouldn't it? Bill Gates didn't graduate. He just had a real good idea. So, I don't know. I'd say generally speaking, I mean, if you're going into art, maybe not. But if you want to be an engineer or something, maybe you need a degree. It's going to open up the door. I mean, I don't think that... I even think that, like... I don't think I was going to get hired because I didn't have a degree. If I would have had a degree, I'm pretty sure I would have been hired, at least. Maybe not for the head of the department, but I would have gotten, like, you know, one class or something. Maybe I was, maybe I was just like, I don't want to give him a CV because I don't want to be turned down. I don't know. I really don't think that that was it. It was, I had a pet service at that time, and for me to do a class, I'd have to be able to drop everything for the day. And even if I had people working for me, there were times that, like, they wouldn't show up. What was I going to do? I had to go to the class. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, well, what's the responsible thing for me to do? And I was making a lot more money doing that. So, you know what I'm saying? Well, I guess I'm going to take this stuff in, start doing what I originally planned to do, which was clean. I did get some more specs, which is good because I don't really have any left. art doesn't require a classroom, okay, but some stuff could be taught. Um, like in the Navy, I learned how to weld. Somebody that went into sculpture wouldn't know how to weld, they could learn how to weld. But I had a teacher tell me something like that. Like, I can't teach you anything. You already know it, and you're going to keep making it. So why are you here? Why are you giving the school money? Something to that effect. So you can't. What's up, Tox? I was just signing off. You can't really teach somebody to be more creative, right? You could help them setting up maybe better habits. You could also help them be critical, use a critical eye. That's helpful. But you can't really teach somebody to be more creative. That just doesn't happen. But you could definitely teach people in a classroom to have a critical eye. That's definite. And yeah, I guess I don't know. I gotta go. I'll see y'all. Bye, Tox. Nice to see you.